Welcome back, everybody. My name is Ace. This is the Wolf's Garage channel, and your watch begins with Super Demon Survivors. In early access, I was granted a key, so I'm here to check it out. If you're just here for the gameplay, you can always check the description box below. I typically put a time code there just for people to skip exactly to the point where the gameplay begins. Otherwise, you know what to do. It's been a minute. Thank you for understanding that the heat waves are brutal, and they only wish I was dead, as they are trying to kill me. I think they're trying to kill most of us in Europe, but I feel like specifically they're trying to go after me. They have been absolutely outrageous. But I have been trying to make content here and there. I have my daily live stream, and I've seen a couple of you pop in, so thank you for that. But you're here for Super Demon Survivors to see if it's worth a damn thing. Who knows? We're going to check it out. I played a little bit, and it doesn't try to hide what it is. It is a roguelike in a very similar sense of Vampire Survivors. Super Demon Survivors, Vampire Survivors. You are starting to see a bit of a pattern right from the get-go. Now, we have some interesting options here. Unfortunately, the thing that interests me the most, the meta progression, the ability to customize, the unlocks, they stay hidden. I'm not sure if that's an artifact of the early access being only at 0.2, because I did get several items, but I couldn't find them, interestingly enough. Also, there's the rune page, which either means you can unlock certain things, or they are customizables for the characters themselves, either cosmetically or otherwise. I do not know, because the items that I have found disappeared. A little confusing about that. What I do like, however, is that there is a story mode and an endless mode. Endless is your typical, endless run until the time runs out, and guess who's gonna kill you at the end of the 5 minutes? It is death. They're not hiding anything. Story, however, might be curious. I would start here, but I'm getting a lot of tunnel vision because they are going full fish lens mode in this particular area. So I would go and continue that, but I think I'm just going to do a bit of an endless run, which strike me to be harder than perhaps other scenarios. Because as you can see, there's level 4, level 15. We have this little thing here, which is perhaps a unique area that's purple, and it also has a different icon. But let's just start at the beginning. I've only played a few rounds of Endless and a few rounds of the campaign, which is interesting because in the campaign you lose the characters that you play with. For example, Umbra died, and I can no longer use Umbra until presumably he gets resurrected. But as you can see, you can already tell what this reminds you of. Or am I the only one who's getting a little bit of a Diablo vibe here? We have the Berserker, the Necromancer with the scythe, the supposed maybe little demon hunter looking, even the font. For yourself, the Warhammer 40k, not 40k, Warhammer Fantasy paladin over here. Poor bastard trying to hold his own against the against chaos. Does a good job in the trailer though, and then of course we also have a flask-looking boy. Now, a couple of interesting things. Let's do Umbra because I'm an edgy bastard, and Umbra is the edge. Is that? Oh. That's just a weird creature that keeps walking. I've not been able to kill him yet, but anyway. Our starting item is essentially just summon a zombie. The zombie attacks, go from there. On the top, you can see the XP bar. We have to drain it to level up as opposed to fill it. We have 100 base health. You can see the timer in the middle, although it's quite difficult to see with all the light background. I wouldn't recommend, or I wouldn't be amiss to see some stroke around the font there, just for a little bit of clarity during these light areas. And you got your typical items. Every one of these items is an internal cooldown in and of itself. You can see the bottom left there. Let's start with some pickup range. Always useful to get that utility out of the way in the early levels when things are still easy. Now, one of the things I have noticed that if you are walking while your ability is off cooldown, you don't cast your main ability, your special character ability. I'm not sure if that is intended, so you are suggested to stand still occasionally or stutter step. because it does prevent you from moving for just a quick second as well, or if that's just an artifact or a limitation of the game. It, however, does make me make some different decisions for better or for worse. Let me actually pick up a Morning Star. Now, the interesting thing about these cooldowns are, let me grab the Forbidden Tome so we have 2 skeletons. Pick up the chest. Very nice. My fluoride is that, as I was saying, is that they have an eternal cooldown, so they're not always going to be up. So you have to be wary of that. I don't like the Flame Orb. The abilities that have auto-targeting seem a little bit confused at times. We'll pick up another range until we get some more of the interesting abilities. I do have to get out of here. Jolting Tower. A vertical blast of electricity. Ah, that one. Yeah, it's the tornado-looking one, which has a bit of a mind of its own as well. Very strong, but has a level of RNG connected to it that may be off-putting. The dagger, just a straight dagger, quick cooldown, shoot in the general direction that you're aiming at, including diagonal. Very useful. Let's get some sights. They feel apt. Even the items, however, they're not trying to hide it. The scythes that bounce off screen and go back and forth, the daggers that are going in a singular line of which you are aiming. You can definitely see what they're trying to achieve here. Which begs the question, though. Having played Vampire Survivor for quite a bit before the massive patches came out, it was really all the big rage. And it's still pretty well played, if I'm not mistaken. But not as big as it was once before, when it really was everywhere, even on Twitch and YouTube and other platforms, perhaps. I wonder, however, what is going to be the next roguelike that's really going to take people away. You know, may it be the Binding of Isaac, may it be the Vampire Survivors, may it be Slay the Spire, or even Monster Train. There's so many good titles. I always am curious to see which one is going to be the next, because, you know, a good auto battler, good roguelike, I am always up for that. Almost always. Speaking of getting up, let's do another Morning Star. We're halfway there. It's getting a little crowded. As you can see, I can't walk. I was trying to walk there. My character cast, I get forced to stand still. It's almost like an animation log. Wonder if that's intended. Jolting Tower. Let's get a little bit more lightning. Very, very frightening. No mamas, no mias. Alright, we get the pickup range is definitely helping us not having to hug the creatures. I do like the summoning of the minions. I just don't think they last long enough. And even if you upgrade past this point, they only become stronger. You don't get more of them, which I think is very unfortunate. I enjoy the concept of being able to summon an army that fights for you. I wonder what happens if I ever kill him. Oh, speaking of having to kill things, that is a boss. Let's get some hammers out. Because the more weapons you have, the better it might be. Because they all have an internal cooldown of their own volition. So it's actually, where with Vampire Survivors, you may want to find specific tools and then combine them. So far in this game, it seems that you just want to get lots of them because they all have a separate internal cooldown. And balance that with the actual raw damage of them. And this is a little mini game where you actually have to click your mouse a lot. Come on, I can do it. There it is. Who needs a messed up wrist? Who needs it? Anyone who plays this game. Forbidden Tome, level 2, very good. As you can see, we picked up another tome. I did not get another minion, just one that's slightly doing more damage. But that's okay. We're continuously pumping out damage. May it be the Morning Star, may it be the Dagger, the Scythe. We have a continuous source of damage. Let's do another Forbidden Tome. Let's make our zombies, or skeletons, not zombies, real hard. Bone hard. That's a terrible joke. Let me be. It's been a minute, okay? It has been a minute. Come on. We can do this. Oh, there's another big boy. I wonder if I should... Oh, ow. Okay, he does a lot of damage. So, may I recommend to not touch him? That's my professional recommendation. What did that book do? Did I just pick up another book? I wish I could, like, see my own game back for just a wee second. Well, it's like the Flame Orb, right? Because I did say more cooldowns best. But the Flame Orb is kind of weird because it doesn't always aim at the most optimal places. And sometimes it just shoots in a general direction where it just kind of misses everything. See what I mean? It's almost like it tries to miss. Now, granted, if you are surrounded, it doesn't matter where you... Oh my god, again. The AI on that fireball is about as useful as I am during a heat wave. It's impressive in its own right. My goodness. Now, granted, if you are surrounded, it doesn't really matter where it shoots because it's always going to hit something. But we are not entirely surrounded. We still have wiggle room. All right, 4 seconds. Come on, we can do this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, let's go. Where's Def? Where's Def? Come on. I dare you. I dare you, buddy. I know you want to get me. Oh, wait, this is endless. We're not going to be gotten. Or maybe we are going to be gotten. I don't know if we're going to get gotten. I'm confusing it with the 5 minutes in the storyline, because then death gets you and you can no longer play that character unless something happens, which I have not been able to go and see or find out. It's an interesting way to force you to play all the characters, I suppose. Not sure if I agree with that, because I always have a particular playstyle, and if I'm forced to play a particular style that I don't enjoy, it does come at the detriment of the enjoyment of the game. Ooh, I didn't realize I picked up... So, number 4. The 4th tome equals another Skelly Boy. I do enjoy that. That's very good. So you can summon an army. We're raising an army. Alright. Speaking of raising an army, though, I do need more XP. It is difficult to make your way downtown, walking around. But I think we can create an opening here. Just a little bit. Just need a Morning Star. Or just every other ability I have. And then we can make some space over here. Alright. Oh, wow. That's a firewall, if you will. Okay. Well, firewall has been breached. Terrible protection. NordVPN crying out right now. Alright. It completely throws me every single time my character freezes because it's summoning in its minions. It makes me feel like the game is bugged or breaking or stuttering. It's a really weird feeling. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of it. I'll get used to it. Obviously, you'll always do, but initial impression, confusing. But yeah, it's also very early access, right? Like, I'm sure that this is pretty much just a limitation of the current development cycle. I'm sure they can make improvements. I'm sure they have things in mind, and if it's intended, then it's definitely working. So, either way, it's gonna be fine. Let's see. Can I make... Oh, yep, perfect. Yeah, skeletons are doing work. Okay, so this blocks me. Alright. I wonder if that graveyard over there blocks... Oh, boy. Is he gonna hit me? If I go to the right, it is. Let's go a little to the left. Make some distance. Can I hit him? He's taking a lot of damage, but he's also, I guess, very beefy. Looks like the graveyard... Not the graveyard, the gravestones. I can walk over. I can walk over these stones. It's just like the larger objects are actually colliding with me. They have a collision box, a hit box, if you will. Alright. Slowly but steadily, we're getting closer to another level. 7.5 minutes in. Going hard. Yeah, a properly placed skeleton does a lot of damage because they're just there. You just have to hit their physical form and they do a lot of damage. Look at that. So much damage. Love it. Another boss right there. Another it. Speaking of... Well, 4. So number 5 equals 4 zombies. Zombies? Why do I keep calling them zombies? It's skeletons. They have bones. And it's not even that funny. Alright, come on. Kill the hand with way too many fingers. Alright. Another reason to break my wrist. Alright. Because I haven't done so already enough playing Path of Exile. There we go. Beautiful. We got there. At least the skeletons have different well, I say different models. It's like a slightly recoloring of the bone. One of them drank a bunch of calcium. Had some good amount of milk. The other one presumably didn't. Look, we all have different diets. Sue me. Alright, come on. Let's push forward. Another wall. This time made out of mummies. Are you my mummy? Wrong genre. Wrong medium. Good quality, though. Let's push forward. Look at that. Also, a wall of ladies. Well, that's another wall of ladies. I am surrounded by women. Terrifying. Somebody save me. Come on, let's break through. If I may. A lot of worms. I haven't been able to figure out if I can heal. Doesn't look like it. So I'm not sure if that's something you have to unlock later, despite the unlocks being a little weird, or everything else. Or if it's just intended to have a finite amount of health. I do always enjoy being able to heal either through potions or just passive effects, right? Like, kill X amount of units, get health back type of thing. I like doing upgrades like that in games, just for the sustainability and, you know, not feeling like I'm on this finite... Oh boy. This finite timer of health that inevitably is always going to run out because I'm going to make mistakes. There's a little bit of a Morning Star upgrade there. It does look like there's an edge of the map. We have reached it. We can no longer go further. A line must be drawn here, no further. Resistance is in fact futile. Ooh, did I get hit? What did hit me? Presumably an enemy. Something did damage to me. Either way, as you can see, unlocked, we have a bunch of items here. Another hammer, a different type of hammer, a sickle, presumably that's a sickle, and some kind of weird dagger-looking thing. We also have two of these leaf/raindrop-looking things on the side. I've had these before, but they didn't show up anywhere. So I wonder what this means. Because as you can see, we got the unlocks, but it doesn't actually unlock anything. And if we go to runes, we now do have, like, where's the green one? Where is the green one? What does it do? Can I equip it? What happens? Oh, crit damage +1. And I can sell, implying there must be an option to buy. Question is, where? So yeah, you can indeed use these tools. +5 health, +1 crit. So I guess it showed in the screen, it showed as a green one, as a leaf, but here it shows as a red one. Because the red one was the one I got previously. Maybe there's just a little bug going on. Early development cycle after all. Let's actually show you guys the second page of the story, which is what caused me to have a little bit of a headache. If you have tunnel vision, or if you get sick when things look a little fuzzy, get ready. Just leave a comment, hit the like button, and save your own self from whatever this is. This is the storyline. As you can see, I lost Umbra. He died. Very sad. Very sad. He's gone. We can no longer pick him. He's a ghost. Implying we might be able to return him to life. Duncan is a barbarian. I don't like him because, like I said, if you want to cast your main ability, you have to stand still. His attack is alright, but it's very, very linear, very short. This is more of an AoE hammer attack, but also very linear in the sense that it only can attack left or right. I have tried Arjuno. I have not yet tried Dulur. So I'm going to try what is supposed to be, I guess, the mage/alchemist character. Because he seems to have some kind of AoE attached to him, which might be incredible. Ranged AoE. You should probably wear gloves. That's what they always say. Alright. Now, it does seem that these beginning characters don't necessarily have... I like the flame science. Don't necessarily have their own passives so far. Would be cool to have more than just, you know, a different skill and a different skin. Their life is different for sure. For example, Umbra starts with 100 life. We here start with only but 70. A little bit of difference. Anyway, as you can see, it's very, very claustrophobic, this level. I'm not sure why they thought that was a good idea. Level 2 right there at the beginning. The gravest enemy. The gravest of enemies. Tunnel vision / claustrophobia. It legitimately feels like the world is closing in on me. More so than usual. It's a little discombobulating, but you know, I've seen Sherlock, we can deal with it. I'll simply attempt a wild haymaker and block the elbow shot. And that scene is really, really good. Anyway, I completely get sidetracked here. Let's throw a Morning Star. There we go. So far, we only have abilities that are known to have reliable hits. Let's try to focus on that. And see if we can hit the 5 minutes, because 5 minutes does equal a good time. I should probably pick up some range. Well, maybe not. They do have some generous range. So maybe it's fine if we don't, as long as we can create openings to continue. I would love to see, though, I'm picking up a range anyway. You can't stop me. I would love to see the ability to combine or maybe more passives that are interesting. As you guys know, if you watch my videos, if you see my streams, I am a sucker for a good passive. And not just numerical values, but like tangible, interesting gameplay changing passives, perhaps. Or both, preferably. Best of both worlds. I love those things. I find that to be the most interesting of all the tools that one can add in a game of strategy and roguelike and whatnot. Oh, ow. Damn. Mushrooms, man. They hit different. And I'm saying that is from somebody from the Netherlands. If you didn't get that joke, you're too young, and you should probably ask your mother for permission to watch me. Alright. I'm not sure why my jokes are so terrible today. It's just one of those terrible joke days. Normally I'm more sophisticated. That's not true. I'm never sophisticated. Maybe when I'm asleep. But then again, I never really sleep either, so there's no winning here. I should just focus on not dying, because it is getting a little crowded with all these snakes here. Alright. Complete miss there. Unfortunate. So far, we have not seen anything different about the flask upgrade, so I hope to see level 3 soon. Because with Umbra, we saw actual, not damage number increases, but if you upgrade several times, it means that you get access to multiple zombies, or why do I keep saying zombies? Skeletons, too. I wonder if maybe the explosion will get bigger, or maybe there will be more flasks, which I guess is also an expansion of the AoE effect, and if there's more of a splash. A diversion of landing locations. Alright. Is that Morning Star bigger, or am I just having smaller pupils? Maybe, because the world feels very weird to me right now. Alright. It does look like I cannot throw downwards, which is regretful. Let me test it. No. Can't throw up either. So only sideways. Okay. Perfect. We're almost there. We're living on a prayer. I'm not getting very lucky. No rerolls either, which would have been useful. Maybe try to hit, you know, another flask upgrade. Okay. Does look like the daggers have infinite pierce now that I think about it, which is pretty good. They just did a little bit more damage. Same thing with the Morning Star. So I've already kind of figured out some of the best weapons in the game, where the fireball is probably one of the worst, as we have found out. Just its purpose is to never hit anything. It's almost impressive. It really is. When you're lucky in an unlucky way. All right, we have 20 seconds before death tells me to go home and go to my room without dinner. like the abusive parent figure it is. Jolting tower. How shocking. Alright. Oh. I am running a little low on health. There's death. I can hold it at bay. Wow, there was a second death. They both came for me. And I didn't even have to buy them dinner. Vanquished. It, however, does mean we have the third one unlocked. Now, as you can see, let me just quickly show you that in this screen right here, nature itself seemed to be merging with the evil around us. We now lose the ability to play this character in the story, forcing us to play either Warhammer Fantasy, Diablo, or, you know, Demon Hunter from Wish. So it is an interesting way to force you to play all characters. I wonder what happens if they all die. Do they all come back to life? Is the tutorial done? Have you finished the game? An interesting notion. Also, since we have played another level, the actual storyline does not seem to give you anything. And we do get gold, but there's no shop. Regretfully. But anyway, early access 0.2. We are very early in the early access here. But I'm going to cut it short here. A little under the 30 minutes. Respectable Super Demon Survivors. Go check it out. You know where to find it if you are interested. I am wondering what the next big Survivor roguelike would be. Maybe it is Super Demon Survivors if it is able to really expand upon what it has. And maybe it isn't. What do you guys reckon? Let me know. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching and have a good night. I'm out!